Hello. Okay, so today I just feel like playing tier basically, and I feel like doing it on stream. I guess it's been a while. So this build, technically, I got it very close to M5. I was like one win away twice, and then Virtun came out, and I just started learning the deck. This is actually the build I pushed to Master 5. It's a fun deck, but I miss tier. I miss tier elements. So that's what I will be doing today. I might play a little bit of this later as well. Tier Branded is a pretty cool build, and I believe that Super Pov is better now than it has been on a very long time. Partially because Keyword Twin players are still very new to the deck and they don't know how to play around Super Povy. Hello, Will, how are you? And playing around Super Povy is literally just not having an awkward hand, and then Hotari reveals the Super Povy, you end on Remix Pass, and that's it. Sea Monster Jumpscare. Sea Monster is quite nice card. It's nice that it finally has use. It has been a very long time since it was released, and it never really did anything. And even right now, it doesn't do that much, but hey, it can win matches. What do you think about turn 0 Magia based? How are you pulling it off? What deck are you using for it? Okay, so the problem with this build is that it's Chicks going second. It's so Chicks going second. Will Ash Blossom. Okay, do I want to watch out this cinematic? Okay, I think I don't because there is one change I want to do to the deck. I need Exit on in here to break boards going second. I guess to even have a chance at doing so. Chaos Guy plus White X Silting or King of Storm plus 5 mana. 3 card combination, that is alright for how good turn 0 Magia is, I suppose. Does Magia even have any protection whatsoever, or is it just 3 negates? Purovia, sure. Minus 1 card, are you going to use any spell? Please tell me you're using a spell. That's a spell. And I definitely want to negate that. You're alive and alive? I mean, you know that I'm alive, but how are you, aim? If it dies, it summons the level 12 synchro. I need to look better into that. I have no idea which level 12 synchro it summons. Okay, this could mean his hand is not great. I'm definitely orange-whiting whatever he summons first. Like, you cannot afford to let this deck have something on the field, unfortunately. Is he just not activating it? Oh, he might be smart. Okay, he's activating it. He needs Rotary to extend from here. I think I don't see any other way. I guess Field Spell and then Tuner can do it as well, which is very annoying. End of main phase, awesome. And that is how you beat Keyword Tune. You just don't let them ever do anything. Because if you let them breathe, then you just die. Doesn't Magi need to be fusion summoned? Well, that is what 5 mana does. He might have Valor. I think it's Valor. That is Valor indeed. I guess I just do Finsmith Vine and hope that the last card isn't stopping it. Because if they negate the Lacrima... Okay, they didn't. Awesome. I mean, Lacrima is a very good card. You need like 2 hand traps to stop everything she does. Okay, let me catch up with chat. "20 consecutive streams." Again, that is fucking incredible to me because I'm so inconsistent. Both at the time I stream and the days I stream. It's kind of like without warning. Cheers for that. For negates, if they out Magi, I mean, they also might just not play into the 4 negates. Because imagine they can deal with it using just spells, then it's just 1 negate. Or using just monsters, then it's also just 1 negate. When opponent activates card or effects, okay, I know that one. If this face-up card in owner control leaves the field because of opponent card, special 1 Blue Eyes or 1 Chaos or Blackluster from extra or graveyard. And you're saying you go into... Which Chaos monster? So wait, so I imagine it's not even the best target, but you can summon Chaos Angel from it. That's interesting. Ulti Spirit. Oh, okay. I assume that it meant like literally just a vanilla Blue Eyes, but I suppose it's not the case. That's pretty cool. Now I'm curious. What is the chance of you pulling out a specific 3-card combo? Let me see if I can find a good calculator for that. I know that this one is quite good, but I need to remember how to even use it. So you need 5 mana. Then you are going to need Chaos Guy and White Hex Seal Thingy. Let's see. How many copies of these cards are you using? There's also a Blackbuster Soldier that is good in extra. I see, I see. Let's assume you have, I guess, 3 Chaos Guy. Then last is King of Swamp. Okay, this is very low chance for a 3-card combo, but you can do more if you use the Jolly thing. I don't remember very well how to use it, but let's go White X Field, whatever you call it. Fuck, I don't remember how to use this shit. Something like this. I'm just clicking on the buttons. I don't even remember how to use this calculator. But it would be something like this. 1 in 10 games you have a chance to go into the guy. Using 6 copies. Like using 3 copies of King of the Swamp, 3 copies of White X Sealed. 1 in 10 is not very much, and just because you can do it doesn't mean that you're going to win the game. But it sounds fun enough. Sounds like you can sit. It's like using grass in 48 card list. You see it's about 1 in 10 games. So that would be something like this. 1, 3. I mean, it's not grass, but you have trust which goes into grass. Still running 7 chaos rituals. Check with 7 chaos. Wait. So like this chaos guys, you're saying there's 7? Yes, max is still 3. The thing is that how do I quantify the maximum hand size? Okay, it's already in here. So I guess it goes to 1 in 5, something like that. Then again, I don't even know if I'm using the calculator correctly. I would need a little more time to figure it out. Maybe this is completely wrong and the number is completely different from this, but 1 in 5? That's more reasonable. 1 in 5 is pretty common. 1 in 5 is more common than you're seeing Maxi right now in a 40 card deck. Like twice as common. MD doesn't have the Max Magician of Black Chaos. I assume it doesn't have it yet. But eventually it will come. Oh my god, Pushy, how are you? Hi, hi, hi. Welcome in. How are you doing? I am playing bad decks after playing too much Kivertoon. I mean, Kivertoon is very fun, and it's a very fresh. How the fuck do I speak English? A fresh breath of air, being able to actually win going second.
Yo, is that Book of Moon?
This is just, is it? It's sharks? Sure, cook. Which version are you using right now? Gem Knight with Hovercore package. But yeah, I had like when I climbed to Master 5, I had after 15 matches with Kivertoon, like 70% win rate going second, which as a tier player is kind of insane. Is this even a special summon? Yes, it is. Sure. Go, my Roach. No response. I have Royal Big Jaws. I might have it Royal too. I think I have some Shark card in Royal. Not completely sure. Okay, this is the part where I have no idea what they are doing, so I don't know if I'm supposed to negate or not. Man, gonna play the Stardust looking Shark. I guess that's the only reason to play Sharks right now. Try the new cards. And that's his turn. I guess if he tries to maxi me back, I have an answer for it. Anyway, go my Hovercore. Yep, there's the maxi. Surely they're not hitting me with Cowed By. I mean, even if they do that, there's a reasonable chance I can just get Little. Okay. So this is already sending Nepirium. The thing is that I really want this to resolve and he might have Ash. No, I didn't get to show him that I'm actually on tier. So this is the list. the 40 card version I think I showed earlier, like a couple of times. This one. Except I cut Cloudbite and I added back Snow. And then I just added more backhoe bricks, like another copy of Fingolf, one Griff, two Scream, and that's it. I cut one green white. So it's not as good going second and potentially even a little breakier, but it's more fun. I'm using more tier cards. Also, I don't think I've shown it on stream yet. I mean, I showed, I just didn't talk about it. Where is she? I don't like this list. No, I like this list because it's junky and I need junk in my life. Sent a deck on Discord yesterday for Magia. Alright, I will check it in a bit. I managed to pull Royal Q. This was so lucky. Sometimes I'm so lucky with Royals. It's actually the one card I wanted Royal the most in the archetype and I just get it. Yippee! Alright, do I have Royal Jaws? I do not even have a normal Jaws. I feel like for sure I had some sharp card in Royal. I guess it's this one. Anyway, no Royal Kit Cowl. She will come eventually. And I'm going to speed up that process now. Not just I'm going to be spending super hard trying to get her, I'm going to start pulling for tier packs as well. Like occasionally. She's going to come at some point. Let me see, where is my Discord? Oh, you posted the Dracotail list. Base Dracotail, and the first thing I see is Ras Prophet or whatever the guy is called. So, yep, this is the list. 41 cards. A ton of Chaos guys, a ton of Hit Wall guys. We're using White and Darkness. How do you go into it? I guess 5 mana can do it. This is dark. Where is the white? Where's the white monster for it? The deck list is more branded than Dracotail? Maybe. One level 8 white and one level 8 dark. Which one is the white that you're using? Oh, the Ritual guy and Wolf Lion. Got it. Oh my god, I get to go first? Twitch fucking with me? Okay, what I can say about that is that I'm using my mobile data to stream right now. This hand is kinda chicks. Really not happy about having this Gem Knight fusion in my hand. And the biggest problem with that is that I also have Scream. So if I want to push with normal Nepirim, then the Herald is not live anymore. It's so annoying. Alright, it is what it is. Is man doing what I said I will do? I have to, because my router basically exploded. It's not working for like no reason. Okay. I'd love to add dispersion here. Might just be what I do. Alternatively, I go Iovite, link into Gemna Quartz, and hope that they don't negate the Phantom Quartz. Which one is the greedier play? I mean, I could also... No, I'm yapping. It's either Iovite or Dispersion. I feel like both plays are just as bad. Okay. Honestly, this play might have been worse. Oh my god, and it's a tier mirror, are you kidding me? So what would happen if I went Dispersion? He wouldn't be able to negate it, I would get monsters on the field, I would get an Omni. Dispersion was definitely correct. I fucked up. I guess I have a Nash and a Dream. This is very fucked up because Sharon is a card you definitely want to Ash. That card gets so out of hand. But then he has 3 cards in hand, all he needs is like literally any other play to win. I cannot bet that resolve. Okay, that's alright. I wonder what was the rest of his hand, because going for Dispersion there was correct into the Herald, but did he have anything else that would stop it? We're never going to know. Scream is such a bricky ass card, but I feel like I undervalue it a lot because a lot of good tier players are very commonly on 3 Scream. And I kind of see the point, it's just that when it comes to not having your turn stopped, it's not a great card if you don't draw other tier cards. Okay, what the heck is this? I probably do want to Ash that, because it might force him to pay a ton of health points, which means the fusion guy becomes a lot smaller. Keyword might... Oh, he just had it in hand. Incredible. All bricks in the deck. Wait, doesn't it get annihilated by the orange white? No, because I cannot activate orange white under the Dimension Fissure. Oh my god. The exotic is literally doing nothing, it's just a Dimension Fissure OTKing me. I kinda want to use Vingolf just to see if he's bad at the game. All depends on him letting me go into Exiton. If he lets me go into Exiton, then I have a chance. He has to let me get Sharon and Reino on the field without doing anything. Okay. Normal Reino, no effect. Please let me make 1 X's. Just 1 X's, please. Alright, GG. Double Fissure, yep, and he could just go Fissure pass and basically win. I mean, It was all about him letting me make Exiton. If he lets me make Exiton, then I got plays. I go Vingolfs and Nepirium and just cook from there. Hello everyone, hello KCS, hello Yasin, hello Subval, how are you? Also, I have a diabolical screenshot to share. I'll try to remember it after this match. But people... I've been seeing a lot of graveyard footbits on Diamond 5 specifically. Which is kinda amusing. Cannot be destroyed by card effects, you mean the Exodia? That's the funny thing, I literally do not care about the Exodia, the Dimension Fisher is the problem. Whoa, it's Miko. Whoa, it's Goldfish. How are you? And Yuki. Hi, hi, hi. Kinda crazy how so many people dropped in like right now. I wonder if that has to do with some weird Twitch algorithm mechanics. But I hope you are all doing well. It's time zones, people be waking up. I guess that is also very possible. Is this... I'm so tempted to throw away this crime. It's gambling either way, because doing this play, it's harder for me to extend into a bow if my mills whiff. But if I go tier cash, then I don't get like the juicy mill Rainu summon from graveyard thing. And like I'm very likely to at the very least mill a tier backrow here. And then I can just banish that with tier cash, I think that's better. Alright, I should be able to get at the very least one good payoff from this mill. Okay, cooking. I'll just go Ravnis. There is an argument to use Reinhardt here, which is assuming that he has a Bestial in hand. This does not look like a deck that uses Bestials. What is your trigger? You can banish this from graveyard, discard one card, draw one card. That's pretty chicks. Guess what? I don't know what to guess. What is it? I feel like going Scream and just milling my ass off. Add to hand. Actually, I kind of really wish I had a tier card in like graveyard to banish. Because it would be really nice to special tier catch by own effect, link into a ball, and then Kitkavu summon back from graveyard. I guess it's not really necessary. Got a girlfriend? Nice to nice to. Congratulations. Banned? Alright, that's like 11 mils. What do I have in graveyard? Hollow Core, no Gem Knight Fusion. It's about time I get an Omni Negate in on board. I guess the Heralds do that already. Still have normal summon, that's pretty cool. Get Rainu. And you will get Gem Knight Fusion. Oh my god, I could have gotten Gem Knight Fusion here. Now I really wish I added Shiren instead. Okay, let's just quick buttons and see where it goes. Yeah, something. I wonder what. Oh, fuck, I'm not playing around Nibiru at all. I mean, I can just Omni the Nibiru. Herald the Nibiru, I mean. But I'm really not doing much to play around it. Nibibu. That is indeed the art I'm using. Also, I need to play faster. So Hovacar is in the graveyard, which means I really want a Gem Knight Fusion. How do I accomplish that? With Phantom Quartz, I suppose. Okay, let's get our deck thinner. The only thing right now I'm going to negate is Nibiru. Whatever he throws at me, I don't care. Only Nibiru is a problem. And normally, this deck doesn't care about Nibiru. I basically don't even have to think to play around it. But this situation is just kind of weird. Oh, draw one. Wow. Oh, that's a pop. Sure, you can pop whatever. I don't care. Quick for Collide might have been very smart. Then I go this.
Number 15.
Number
Burger King
15.
foot lettuce. The last thing you'd want in your Burger King burger is someone's foot fungus, but as it turns out, that might be what you get.
Set crime. Add the monster to use with crime. Then I could use Snow to summon SP, I guess. Except I can't because my Link arrows are wrong. Orm. I guess I don't need SP. Who needs SP? I should get my replay, but I don't remember my code. Are you like... Do you not have your client available right now to check? Morphing Jar number 2, incredible. I fucked up so hard by summoning monsters into these 3 zones specifically. I could have SP. Cowed by, that's crazy. On Snow, perhaps? Sure. You're down one card. This Abao has nothing to summon, that's crazy. I should have gone for Kawaii Heart on previous turn. Then I could do so much with this Abao. So, what do you do? Add a monster that spent normal summon. I mean, they get banished, so that's whatever. That's the Kawaii right there. I'm just lazy, don't want to get on my pewter. Understandable. Personally, I love my pewter. All my friends are inside my pewter. Stop Shadow Squad summoning from deck. Alright. So this is Kawaii. Surely I have enough fairies. Yes, I do. I'm skipping this one. That is a big ass hand. Now Abao can summon Diviner to send a shuffler. That's huge. That is massive. Not Mermail? Well, it's going second Mermail, so it's fine. If it was going first, I would be crying. Lucky guy, got banned. I mean, it's not even a guy, it's a clunker. It's a robot. And it was banned by another robot, it's like clunker PvP. Send Shadow Squad. Okay, I'll just shuffle the Shadow Squad. I guess I can put this one back. Then I'll go Abao, discard Diviner, send the other shuffler. Which is just a big battle royale. We need to manage my time properly though. Okay, that prevents the activation from graveyard. I'm out here collecting heralds like Infinity Stones. Target one card opponent controls returning to hand. Okay, that is kind of annoying. I might not actually be able to use Diviner on this chain. I guess it depends on what he targets. What do I not care about being targeted? I guess I care specifically about the tier cards. Yep, I do care about that being targeted. Toot, 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 toot. Okay, maybe I should have not done that. Special summon one from deck. And he scoops. I guess it didn't have more push. I'm a robot too. Can I get banned? Can you get banned? That's a good question. Let me see. I only have Chatrino open right now, which does not let me to ban you. It lets me delete your message and that's it. That is how much effort I put into moderating my stream. Okay, the most diabolical screenshot I got from earlier. I was like, time to play a relaxing match of the armaments. And this is what happens. So they go Magnamut and I'm already crashed out there. Fuck Magnamut, ban Magmahut. Get this Pizza Hut shit out of my game. Like, I don't mind Bisius even though I'm a tier player. I think they are exactly what the game needs. Hand traps that do more than just trade negatively with one card. Being able to search any dragon in the entire game, now that's not okay. That's fucked up. That's literally started for like 5 billion different archetypes. And then I go Brilliant Fusion, they go Retaliating Sea, Chain Maxi. Talk about overkill. Maxi Retail and the Magnamut. Can I see the list? Sure. You mean my opponent or mine? This is my list, I don't think. I'm mostly experimenting, but what I tested mostly on the previous season was this one. It's more compact, you have covered by, you have less bricks. I think this version is better, but it's not as fun.
Fire. Why?
And not as explosive.
Water in the fire. Why?
Why?
I don't understand. No!
Cheers, mate. You too for the follow, thank you so much. But yeah, this is fun, and basically what we are trying to do here is that the moment you summon Nepirim, you're threatening one Omni-Negate, and it's Hovercore Omni-Negate. This is a very good card. It's not easy to interact with, it's not the negate that comes from the field. That being said, it's tier in freaking 2026 with all the limits. So from my experiment, I was getting like 80% win rate going first, but going second it was only like 30%, which is kinda miserable. Especially if you have been playing tier red decks. Because tier red decks can actually win going second. Also, I don't have a particularly good plan into Fuavus. Okay, what am I doing here? The Griff right now is basically not doing anything. I need a tier card in hand for it to do something. I don't have a way to play around Fuavus. Okay, I could kind of see that coming. I mean, I can try to deck out. I don't think it's very realistic, but let's try. Normally, you don't really want to do that. You just want to end on as much interaction you can while not giving money draws, but hand is kind of awkward to do that. You know what? I can never deck out, which is full. I need Maxi on this deck. So that's awkward. What if he just uses Maxi like out fucking nowhere? You just have to believe. Oh, he's on Velar. That's not a good sign. And I'm not on Dugares anymore. I didn't give him that many cards yet. I guess I go Briefo and pray that he doesn't have Dash. Okay. It can be one negate. With like just one more draw. Which is definitely not enough. How do I get another Gem Knight on the field? I think the only way to do that right now is from above. Also, yeah, the 40 card version of the list that I showed also has Cowed By, meaning better chance of actually beating Flawless. Also, how are you, Ember? Sorry if I didn't really get you there. How are you doing? Tirkash.
Hello, I'm M. Otani. M is meaning small.
Oh, I just realized that I have another Gem Knight on the field right now. This is going to be so impossible to survive. Okay, Maxi. It's probably too late for me to deck out, but hey, it's something. I really wish I had an Omni. I can get an Omni soon. I don't know how I'm beating the 3 copies of Favor, but hey, I have an Omni. This one and this one. Yep. This fucking Rhinoheart is clogging my board. How do I remove this Rhinoheart? I think I know. I go Snow. Snow might not have been correct. I kind of want that Suviak. Snow was not correct, it was supposed to be Engraver. Actually, I can banish this guy. Yep. Okay, I know that the music has run out. Give me one moment. I'm cooking. Wait. Oh. Okay, I still have Moon. There's still so many cards in that deck. Ugh. So should be able to deck out, I hope. There's still so many cards to go through though. And like he has the favors, I don't know how to beat them. What if he literally only plays one favor for some reason? Okay, please do not negate my Lacrima. This is very important for me to not be negated. Okay, I'm just repeating the album. Griff is also a really good card for decking out in this situation. If he uses Flavor, okay, I'm dodging with Snow. God, I have so little cards though. Not that one. This one. And the Vingolf? Is this okay? It's not okay, but it's the best I can try. Where was the Vingolf? In my hand? I don't even know. The timer is too short right now for me to think. That's a freaking White Forest deck. There's still 7 cards, that's still too much. And I don't have cards in hand to use a bow, which is definitely an issue. Is this trolling? It's probably very much trolling. A bow isn't doing shit, I don't have cards in hand anyway. Wait! This has to resolve. I think if this resolves, I win. GG! Alright, cool match, cool match, cool match. I kinda want some music that pumps more, if that makes any sense. Let's listen to some breakcore, I guess. It's too loud. It's still too loud. I need to find some media player that I like better than Windows Media Player for music. I don't know if you used Engraver effects last game from the graveyard. I remember having a decision to use it. I don't remember which decision did I make. He didn't? Possibly. Also had a replay. Thank you for reminding me. Holy shit, 20 minutes ago. Oh, you're playing Kivertoon Punk. Very cool. Oh, it's not Kivertoon. Wait, you have Mix. Normally I watch the replay first and then at the end look at the deck list. I'm so hyped for the idea of Keyword Toon mixed with other archetypes that I just had to look at the list. Because Keyword Toon has very little room for innovation. The tuner only lock is very cool. Also, nice Riku. The bridge isn't in this replay. I see. I mean, from Keyword Toon to Punk, I'd imagine it's very easy to bridge, but then you also struggle to make much with it because Punk has a lot of non-tuners. Equip is kind of wild because even pure Keyword Toon lists, a lot of them are only on 2 quips, some of them are even on 1. Discard and back-to-back must be so fucking strong in Punk. That's actually one of the things I don't like about Keyword Toon, which is the fact that this card is too generic, and second, it feels even easier to make in other archetypes than it is for Keyword Toon. That's kind of crazy to me. It's like, it's a food hit on top of being generic. The bridges always start with Punk. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay, we go Foxy Toon. For the Xiamin Search Ogre Dance, we get Trolled. I'm not completely sure how much Punk can play under Troll. I know that Keyword Toon, it can be awkward if your hand is bad, but they normally can play very well around the roll. Like, I have very few matches where I was into the roll with Keyword Toon. Okay, Deer Note summoning from Graveyard, Xiamin Chain Blocking. Send Shakuzai. What card is that even? Oh, it's the Goblin Biker. Oh, of course, it's the Yuki classic of Punk with Goblin Biker. Did you play this on Pushy's tournament yesterday? I didn't watch most matches, but I'm very happy to have watched the tier match in her tournament yesterday. Centurion can still cook under the roll. I guess it falls under the same umbrella. It can, unless your hand is too awkward. Wake Spreader Zombie, that's crazy. Wait, really? You end like this? Do you not have like a freaking Baron? No Baron. Huh. Yeah, but I did. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, so Warcrime, Warrior, Isolde, Mikanku Pile. I don't play Baron, no need. I like the confidence. I don't play one of the strongest generic synchros in the game, no need. Jim Fever popping Ohime, they get the Turbulence out. Their deck is just as crazy as yours. Also, can we appreciate this card in Royal? Like, the art on this card was always one of my favorites because it's very, very colorful. And being very colorful gets doubled down with the Royal. Epilepsy one. Okay, so I see why you want
PhD sent epilepsy warning.
Because even though it can be kind of an ass sun trap going second, it's actually so powerful when you use on opponent turn after making your board. And that also explains why you don't need Baron. This is way better than Baron. Unless you specifically need one Omni to do whatever you're trying to do. If you want, I can show you the bridge after. Sure. I'm very okay, I'll be up about this after this match is over. So we make the head steal or record store, whatever you call it, S. Back to back summon Riku, and then it gets to Synchro. We can go into Synchro 11 or Synchro 8. That's an amazing dragon, it's going to bounce. 1, 2. And looks like that is the end of their turn. G to the fucking G. They play against Malice Radiant. Alright, alright. Okay, so first thing I want to...
Water
Yep.
in the fire.
Why? Making Amazing Dragon with back-to-back was so fun. I can imagine it being really fun, yeah. No, I don't.
Not
Stop face.
understand.
Zold is a card that I have never cooked with, but eventually I want to do something with her. Okay, so like I said, this is the list I climb to master with. And I want to detail. Keyword to unlock is extremely healthy for the game, and it fucking is because Keyword to has a billion toxic effects. Looking at hand, very toxic. Banishing from extra, very toxic. Ripping from top of deck and manipulating it, very toxic. And then a Yami style extension where if you simply leave one body on the field, you're in danger of them being able to extend. Also very toxic, so they needed a really powerful lock to balance this deck. That being said, I need to have some spice in my own wits that isn't completely withdrawing. So any kind of innovation in Keyword Toon, I'm going to be very interested. And I saw that people were cooking some kind of Keyword Toon Black Hose deck. That might just be the best way to play Black Hose because Black Hose it's not great. So you kind of want some better archetype to carry it.
Goldfish
Dart Frog,
PhD
very
scent.
toxic.
Blue poison dart frog. Very toxic.
True, true. Probably like one of the most toxic animals out there. You got Elf Notes in the future? Man, I've been dismantling my Medius cards. So I guess I might craft Elf Note or pull for Elf Note later. But that hurts to hear because I've been dismantling my Medius cards. Was there anything else I wanted to yap about? Oh yeah, you can also do some sort of junky Centurion Keyword Toon list. And then you benefit from Atri, which is a brick in Centurion. But Atri is a tuner that can be counted as a non-tuner, so that's pretty cool. Then you can summon her under the Keyword Toon lock. And use her as a non-tuner regardless. I have almost all I need for the Punk Elf Note bridge, except Elf Note cards. I see, I see.
Amel foregone scent. I ate those frogs for breakfast like chocapitos.
Oh, you know what? That's more healthy than the average Portuguese breakfast. Which is going to be like one coffee and one cigarette. Okay, what is the match into Radiant Malice? Probably this one. This has to be the Plushie tournament, is it? Yeah, it's even in a duel room. Want to know what the best 3-card combo in Pure Centurion that I had the pleasure to play? What is it? And before it's like 3 cards that aren't even Centurion themselves, they just bridge into Centurion. Like, okay. 3-card combo, that is the best combo to bridge into something else. And this is a thought exercise. Imagine you have Habakiri, Diabellstar, and Brilliant Fusion. As a thought exercise, what is the strongest board one could potentially make if they have these 3 cards? So this is assuming Diabellstar goes into Dark Magician of Destruction, All of these cards go like insanely plus. What is the best board you could make? Like they all go insanely plus, they access generic cards. Diabellstar is a one card combo into Curious. Things like that. All of them, yeah, with 3 cards you can literally do whatever you want. At 3 Emmet Bonds, that's crazy. That is very crazy, because all of those cards people would say that are cuttable. Deep Token plus Alright, let's watch the match. So, that was... How did you summon Xiamin? Emergency Teleport, then they go Imperm. You go Grand Breakout, Tribute to Xiamin, very good, very strong. We already beat one hand trap for like 0 cost. Rising Skill. Special Dug. Okay, I have to read what that card even does. Make the level of one of the monsters become the current level of the other, so you make both level 3. Wagon search spot of Field Spell. Field Spell of Grid. Make Immortal. Immortal sends the Plague Spreader. And then Synchros into AFT, I see. AFT can go into JJ and JJ just gets you into Kivertoon combo. Draw 1. Give it the card, get 2 punks. Synchro into Dragon Drive. Summon back the Rising Scale. Are we making an Xyz? Are we actually making an Xyz? Are we madmans enough to do it? We can make a rank 8 right here. Search, not search, we hard draw into the second whip. Make jump feather. Oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Wait. Normally, you don't hard exist this, but I guess that's what you did. Normal the Trap Searcher. As do we make Gabunga 2 because of the Breakout Dodge Covenant? I see. AFT searches JJ. JJ is now going to tribute a tuner. For Mix. Mix searches Q. Q is a 1 card combo into a lot of shit. Amazing card. I mean, it's their best 1 card combo. Make Remix. JJ extra normal summon, normal Q. Q specials Riku. Riku searches Hotari. Hotari, 3rd extra normal. Normals itself. Do we even have to normal herself there? I guess why not. Make the head seal. Also, this card, I feel like the art doesn't do it enough justice, because the hair is very hard to see, it's hard to understand what is what. But don't you understand that, like, she has this very cool long hair? And that this is basically... Where is she? This is basically Riku ready to throw fists. I think my appreciation for that art after acknowledging that increases so much. She's so cool, the summon animation is so cool. Okay, we got on the same chain Maker and Hotari. We're going to search twice, we're going to look at their hand. We chain blocked it by rigging their top of the deck. At this point, it did not have. Wait, let me see. I did. God damn it, I cannot fucking read. What cards got banished? So, Q banished TV11. Did we resolve Quip? Oh, Quip banished Scripter. Is this a normal board for Kultun? Yes, this is the most normal Kultun in the board. I'm really curious what you're going to make with Quip. Probably just back to back again. Yeah, probably just back to back. Okay, they go special Eldom, we negate and pop. Normals, we go Quip. Synchro into Loudness while our other synchros are protected. Quip banish one, Maker bounced normals. They don't have normal. We can look at their hands so we know the Marcher is still extension. Bunch mix, which means the Marcher is going to get popped. The normals is still like a push. Except you just negate it. GG. And you could still make back to back with Quip, I believe. So this is a 5, this is a 6. Quip is level 2. No, I don't think you could make back to back. Very cool board though. Very cool bridge. Also, how are you, that red? Welcome in. Nice to see you. I hope you are doing fine. Oh my god, the edge is high. This is another tier player. Except he hasn't been playing that much tier. Wonder how that came to be? You mean the guy not playing that much tier? It's just that I guess he likes to reach high ranks and even play rated. And tier isn't really the best option for that at the moment. Is there ever an argument to, like, not interact with him? I feel like it gets out of hand regardless if I interact or not. But if I try to interact, at the very least I can maybe sack him with good meals. Ugh. I hate that Jocko is so strong and one turn is also really strong. There's going to be a Reaper regardless, which is super hard to deal with. Thank you for the RNG boost. How are you? Kurukuru, Fuawa, Miku Miku, and Shatsama. Wishing everyone a productive and lovely evening. Thank you. How are you? Kurukuru. I never spent so much time thinking if I want to negate a case for K9 or not. Like, what's fucked up is that he's going to have Reaper, he's going to have the quick play beats Brilliant Fusion. Alright, do your thing. I guess I just know that at this point I'm kinda dead and I'm just contemplating it. What deck are we doing today? Tier with Hovercore package. So I'm hunting this guy and I'm also on 45 cards because I feel like breaking and not drawing my good cards that let me have a chance going second. I literally cannot interact with him anymore. I mean, I guess I can do it here. I guess if I don't do shit, then at the very least the whoop isn't coming out of the graveyard. Might do black hole since there are some combos I can with it. Like pure black holes, or are you swapping it with some other archetype? Oh, great! Now he even knows my hand. I wonder if they're going to continue with this trend of giving archetypes, like letting them just look at hands. I saw a Master Duel Black Rose Dragon, guys, and it was interesting. Nice, nice. What was his waste? I think it was pure. I know that Metapus was playing with Diabell Star package. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, right here. The funniest thing to me is that you have OSS literally just for Jet Synchron. Good thing I have my second Black Hole Dragon. I didn't pull any Bramble, and I'm very sad about that. I do have 2 copies of Black Holes. So right now I don't know if I should keep pulling on the Kivertoon packs and try to get Bramble or maybe more Royals. Or if I just start saving gems. Because there's still a lot of future archetypes that I want. I want Spellcaster Swap, so Fairy Tail and all that stuff. And I, more than anything, want Shadow. But yeah, I think Metakuzu's final conclusion on this deck was that, yes, it's cool that you can go from Diabell Star into Black Holes, but you're just going from a good archetype into a bad archetype. Just play Snake Eye if you're doing Diabell Star. Also, back to back, like I've been saying, this card is a very generic Synchro Floodgate, and it's easier to make outside Kivertoon than it is on Kivertoon. I'm not done playing Kivertoon, it's the best deck right now. But this is true, back to back can be a little awkward at times to make on it. While other Synchro decks can actually body vomit and you just have enough bodies to do whatever you want if you pop off. Chaos Angel, my favorite bestial Synchro. Chaos Angel is the goal. Continuous spell treat all monsters once, that screws a lot of deck. Got it, got it. I mean, it screws me because it stops Sphinx plays, or if I need tier cards from the field, then I cannot use them for as material. That's a massive back hole. And my hands aren't particularly great quality, like Brilliant Fusion is good, Hollow Core is good, the other cards are not very good. But hey, I've spent all this time watching my opponent combo. I guess I'm going to click buttons now and see where it goes. Negate. The really fucked up thing is that I cannot resolve Brilliant Fusion. I cannot even think about it. He's just going to use the K9 Quick Play. Yep, I am down to Brilliant Fusion, and Brilliant Fusion is never going to resolve. K9 needs hits. Personally, I dislike Vanquish Soul more than K9. The one thing for me that okay. My opinions on current K9. I think that Reaper is annoying because it's a starter and it's installation for your plays. That's kind of too much for one card to do. Starter, extension, and installation. Kind of reminds me of Hyzil X. So it's a starter, a breaker, and extension. Except, honestly, as much as I hate Hyzil, I think it's easier to defend X than it is to defend Reaper. Because let me scoop this match and stop wasting my opponent time. Because X, at least as a breaker on top of everything else it does, at least the breaker part is just a going second thing. Not go first. What else about K9? So Joko is insanely strong, and I believe it's at 1 in both TCG and OCG, I guess. If they want to do consistency hits, this is a very good way to do it. And I think there's really not much else to talk about this archetype. It doesn't do that much. I think it's poorly designed because it... basically what it does is punish hand traps when they go first. When they go second, this card is Giga Chicks. You can think of any of the yokai hand traps and they're going to be Tizuna going second. This is actually something that I said in Pushy stream yesterday, like someone was glazing Izuna, and I said that going second Izuna is bad, and then they asked how it's bad, and I said that it ties to literally any interaction going second. And then they were like, but you can make that point about any card. And I didn't reply further, but I guess I can make myself clear here. This card, before it becomes interaction going second, it needs to summon from hand, summon from graveyard, summon from extra deck, activate from hand, activate from field twice. All of these on separate chains. This is fucking garbage going second. You cannot change my mind. The other hand traps are immediate interaction. Ban Saryuja, yes, Saryuja is definitely a problematic card. It has been a problem before. Me summoning my pinky finger from behind my other hand. Magic. God damn it, fish. Wait, they have a trap card? I had no idea they had a trap card. I'm not even gonna bother read it. I guess it's so bad that people never use it, considering I didn't even realize it exists. Okay, Vanquish Soul. There are a lot of people glazing Vanquish Soul and saying that this is not the problem, K9 is the problem. Shit like that, I don't know. I think I'd rather play into Vanquish Soul K9 where they didn't get an optimal hand compared to pure Vanquish Soul. And I think that says a lot. Vanquish Soul is very strong. Like, this shit gets downplayed to hell, and it's true that it can be bricky. But it's so explosive, it has so much interaction turn 0. It's so hard to stop if they have a good hand. And by so hard, I mean basically impossible. They go Giga Plus on turn 0 even. I do not like Reaper as a card. Yeah, it's like I said. Reaper being starter, extender, and hand trap installation. It's definitely too much for a card that can be generically accessed. But always messed up card why that can be activated and where. Yep. Always shouldn't be a 3, that is a good start. I would like it to be straight up banned, that's probably never happening. And yeah, if you don't have the right attributes, she just doesn't do anything, but she does too much. Starter, turn 0, starter. And then, yeah, then she does the rest. She is also the mind control, which can often be played around, but it's still very strong interaction regardless. If only she was water. What would change if she was water? Just beat Raizo with 2 hand traps. What was their hand and what hand traps did you have? Because Raizo whole thing normally is that like 2 pushes need you to have 3 hand traps unless it's a lingering hand trap, such as Purovia, Full Loose, Draw, things like that. Okay, engraver dice to draw. Let me get music back. I probably just send the Iovite. I don't see why not. That is a Vingolf. That unfortunately there's no fairy in the graveyard. And now there's a fairy. Are you joking? Yu-Gi-Oh! Card names be like Final Chair Head Current Revenge. There's some really bad ones. Where are they? Okay, look at this. Dark Magician, Girl, the Magician. And then we have Dark Magician, the Magician. These names are so fucking weird. I do wonder what are the longer names like in the game. I used to know, but I kinda just forgot. Like, who cares about memorizing that? Dark Magician, the Knight of Dragon Magic. Also, and it's a picture of water bottle. There's probably something like that out there. They don't have good arts, surely? I mean, there are good generic arts. There's freaking Maxi that is retaliating, which apparently was insane on the previous DC. And this is why I could fucking Snow. She's such a brick. If okay, Neprim can be negated and I still have a play. Okay, Mr. Player. I do have to negate that, but then if he negates my one push, I cry. Okay, I can still go through. Because I just happen to have another Nappy in hand. I'm feeling like they will pull a Sky Striker with branded stuff. What does that mean? Like a billion alternative arts? Wait, I cannot extend. Because she's negated. Like I was thinking with Ash Blossom, not Imperm. What are your thoughts about Aleister and Crafter support? I didn't look at them that much. But there's an Aleister fusion that I'm very concerned about. It's not even the Dimension Fissure. It's the one that punishes from the extra deck. It's too easy to summon for how strong it is. Okay, one Ash Blossom is not beating that. It literally does not beat that. Alright, GG. And this is why I could freaking Snow. Because it's normal, it's very common in tier to just break on too many low quality normal summons. But today I don't feel like playing a better version of this deck, I feel like playing a more fun version of the deck. Mod plus book plus out art release, very likely. Like, we have to get, for example, the alternative art of fusion deployment at some point. Definitely whenever the rest of Branded comes. Yummy, ayaya, scatter, doru doru. What? Okay, let me check the new cards. How do I find them? Probably on MDM. So this is a new card. I guess we could check a bunch of their pages. We can yap about all of this. Magical King of the Swamp? Okay, that sounds promising. We can look at these two, it's pretty interesting. I'm going to assume that the new Awaster cards are in the same page as Witchcrafter. I'm very unsure how I feel about this card. So, Counter Trap, that immediately removes most of its synergy, potential synergy that it could have with Trap Tricks and more than Trap Tricks, Labyrinth. When your opponent activates the effect of monster they control that was not summoned at this turn, negate the activation, then you can banish face down all face of monsters they control that were not summoned at this turn. So I don't really understand what this card is trying to do. Is it like you set it turn 1 and then you just destroy their turn 0 summoned monsters? Do you really need that? And then if the set card in owner control is destroyed by opponent card effect, you can set one card from deck. I don't know, maybe this card is super good and I'm just not seeing the vision. Let me read comments. Only good going second, nice. Is it? Your opponent make a billion disruption turn 1, but has no counter trap. You, after watching and skip about 10 hour YouTube ads, set to pass, your opponent try to pop one of your set trap, activate this and board wipe. I don't see this happening. Okay, I see that being a counter trap is nice, but they're just going to pop it on your turn. You're not even going to get to turn 3. You have to pass, exactly, this is the problem. It can set itself if opponent pop. Oh, interesting. Sure. I guess it might have some potential. Okay, really bad with Sky Striker and Orcust Engine. Host Dragon. And this is really sad because this is literally the only Host Dragon list currently on Master Duel meta, and it's not even a list for achieving Master. It's literally just a win streak. But there's a Centurion package in here, which is very cool. Probably if I were to play Host Dragon, it would be something like this with a Centurion package. DDD, I literally do not care about DDD. Infernoid, I also don't care about Infernoid, don't care about Hero. They could ban literally every Hero card and I would be happy. What do you mean DDD and Blue Eyes are spicy decks? These are not horrible decks. Neither is Hero. Hero is pretty alright now. Hero can seemingly bridge to Mitsurugi and to Finsmith now. All of these three engines are very powerful and they can bridge into each other. Okay, now this is spicy. God is spicy, I approve. How is White Forest doesn't mean spicy? Hello? Hero is just stunned now. When was it not? I only started playing for Hero in like 2022. Whenever Labyrinth came out on Master Duel, that's when I started playing. And even back then, Hero was already just stunned. Just Dark Claw / Plasma Turbo. I guess in GOAT it's not stun, but for as long as I have been playing the game for Hero, on Master Duel I mean, it has always been stun turbo, go first and win, or go second and cry. Assault mode, okay, this deck is chicks, I approve. And that's it. Okay, scroll up, I don't want to be spoiled. I'm not looking at the screen, but I'm very hyped for this card because King of the Swamp has always been fun to use for let's call it innovative strategies, junky strategies, for my own spices. Like they can make Dragoon, they can make Grapha, things like that in tier. They can make cool stuff. Time for another hardback gaming grind? What has he been playing lately? The Kawi version of Hero. What do you mean Kawi version? Is it summoning Kawi Yuga? What do you mean Kawi? Cosmos something. A fusion hero, okay. Cosmo news, this one? Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this card activation. Once per turn during end phase, shuffle this card into the extra. If you do, destroy all cards your opponent controls. And if this card is special from extra, you can activate this effect. For rest of turn, opponent cannot activate cards. Okay, that's fucked up. I see why you're covering this Kavi. Okay, please be good, please be good. Magical King of the Swamp. It's a level 3 water spellcaster. The previous King of the Swamps are Aqua, which is has a lot of synergy with Tyr. As a spellcaster, I guess it has more synergy with decks like Witchcrafter, Dracotail, things like that, even Branded. But man, as a Tyr player, this is disappointing that it's not an Aqua. You can only use the effect of this card once per turn. If this card is in your hand, you can reveal one fusion monster in your deck. If you do, banish one material mentioned on it from deck. Then special this card. And if it's used as fusion material, it can be treated as banished monster. I feel like the older King of the Swamp is better. Maybe it's just because I'm looking at it from the perspective of Tyr and Shadow. But like, I think polymerization is kinda nice. You do have to run a brick, I guess, but other than that, this is nice. And then this is still replacing any card name while in the graveyard, which Branded, Tyr, Shadow, many others get to make use of this. And this version of the card cannot do that, so I don't know. Let's see what people are saying. New terraforming line. I'm not even gonna read it. Terraforming doesn't exist in Master Duel, and I have no hope for it to come back. And I personally don't like terraforming being in the game. They have been printing field spells way too strong for terraforming to be in the game. And not just that, there are alternatives to it that are not as strong. So I think terraforming should stay banned. Okay, witchcraft the cards. Oh my god, this is the girl. This is... What's her name? Is it Jenny? It's Pottery. God, she's adorable. She has the hair buns. I also never noticed these animals biting at her clothes, I guess. The face on the one on the left kind of reminds me of what's the name? Melfius. Okay, level 2 Earth Spellcaster. You can only use each effect once per turn. If this card is in your hand, you can target one Witchcrafter in graveyard, except itself. Add it to hand. If you do special discard, that's very, very strong. That's exactly what the kind of card that Witchcrafter needs. Also, you cannot special from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except Witchcrafter. Okay. Now, I don't like that as much. During your main phase, you can fusion summon one Witchcrafter from your extra using monster from hand or field. This is a very good card, and the kind of card that the archetype needs, but here's the thing. The walk is very harsh, and most Witchcrafter lists right now are very much swap. So it's weird, like, the people that are currently playing Witchcrafter enjoy it for being a swap deck. It's kind of like tier. Tier is very strong because it doesn't have any evoke. And most people that enjoy playing tier enjoy swapping it with other archetypes. So if suddenly Konami made a tier card that has a very harsh flock, like you can only summon tier cards during this turn, I think most tier players won't crash out because their entire life they played the tier as swap piles. So it's a weird situation where locks are healthy for the game. This card is exactly the kind of card that Witchcrafter needs. But you're putting a lock on an archetype that is known for swap piles. Think about Yuki. Yuki is the quintessential or stereotypical Witchcrafter player. And his decks are always very swappy. Graphia in tier was crazy, true. Like, it's basically, if I remember correctly, an Omni that requires you to discard the card from hand for effect, meaning it's going to trigger your tier cards. Okay, anyway, new Riviana, Witchcrafter Madome Riviana. This is very poggers. Level 8 White Spellcaster, 3800 attack, that's fucking massive. Ver plus 2 Spellcasters, that is accessible enough. You cannot fuse it with tier though, but it's still very... I mean, you're not going to be doing that with these locks. Anyway. I'm trying to think of lines that you go from Branded Fusion into this card. Surely there are ways to do it. If this card is Fusion Summon, you can special up to 3 level 7 or lower Witchcrafter with different attributes from each other, from hand or deck. Also, you cannot special from the extra for the rest of the turn except Fusion. Okay, this lock isn't as harsh as the previous one, but it's still pretty harsh. We're still missing a level 6. That's very annoying. I wonder if they're going to give you a level 6. That card is mental. Which one? The Riviana? During your end phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you can reveal one spell in hand, special this card in defense. Okay, you special it in defense, you do not trigger the first effect. It's only when Fusion summoned. So I'm not completely sure what you're trying to achieve by summoning this on end phase. It's... Summoning 3 monsters is insane though. But again, it's annoying because you cannot use those 3 bodies for wing summoning, you're locked into fusions. Witchcrafter's Celebration. You can only use one of the first and second effect of this card name per turn, and only one. And those effects can be either destroy one Witchcraft you control and one card opponent controls. It's a quick play, so this reminds me a lot of this card. Sprite Smashers. So 3 effects. You can only activate one per turn. And one of the effects is to banish one level, rank, or wing 2 you control, and one card opponent controls. It's a quick play, very similar to this card. The other effect is to... It's just a polymerization for Witchcrafter. No, it's not. By shuffling Spellcaster from graveyard. Okay, that's very strong. It's a quick play. Quick play polymerization that uses materials from graveyard. This is basically a tier fusion shuffling from graveyard. This is so strong. I play left and right with... What is left and right? Is that a card? Am I tripping? Squirt Squeeze, crazy name. Left and right, is it left and right and shark? Lefty driver. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, these ones. Okay, yeah, these are with Witchcrafter cards for sure. A village of spellcasters. Okay, that shit was wild. Yeah, this card is way too strong. Way too generic. If this card was still in the game, we would be seeing a lot more terrorist piles. It's allowed in TCG? That's so crazy to me. How is it legal in TCG? What if Yugi had a gun? Then it would not be displayed on the western side of the game? Because in the anime there's actually a lot of guns. But when they port the anime to the west, 4Kid replaces guns with finger guns. There's a lot of scenes in the anime where they like point finger guns at each other. And yep, that's the thing. But yeah, for example, this deck right here, do you understand how crazy strong this is if it has access to Village of Spellcaster? You use your tier cards to get Village of Spellcaster in the graveyard, and then you use Diebell to recover it. And that's GG. This card alone made the MOP. Yeah, I believe that. And then, I mean, sometimes these stats are very interesting, but right now there's really not much interesting about it. Like, things barely changed. Draw is still super high. These 4 cards here, above 50%, are the most important thing to be aware of right now. So, draw is popular, full lose is popular. That's all you have to know for the current format. Okay, where are the Awaster cards? Invoked. Awaster the Reminiscent. So that they gave Endymion new support, Witchcrafter new support, and now they're giving Invoked support. I guess Magister support came earlier. I love we get Witchcrafter support. Yeah, I enjoy Witchcrafter too. Okay, so this is level 4 Dark Spellcaster. You can only use first and second effect once per turn. If this card is in your hand, you can target one Spellcaster or Fusion on the field, special discard. No, they killed the meme. We are not going to normal Awaster anymore. If you do, that monster gains 1000 attack until end of turn. If this card is normal or special or flipped face up, you can banish one invoked monster from extra. Add one invocation or one spell that mentions it. So it's basically just a Weister, except you can special it. Am I missing something? It looks like just a Weister, but it actually special summons itself and triggers on special. It's just a modern Weister, which is fine. It's honestly very fine. More witches, please. I guess if they gave Verre a bunch of retrains, they gave Pottery retrains, then why am I opening this deck? Peter deserves also a retrain, I suppose. And then Aruru could get a retrain, I guess. Even though Aruru is technically already a retrain. Because this is the Glass Goddess. After Verre gave her a real body. Aruru, you play at 1. When I played Witchcrafter, I didn't even play Aruru. She's definitely cuttable, or she was back then. Aruru has won me so many games. That does make me happy to hear. She can win games, that is true, but she can also break your hands. It's the cool card though. Like both the art, the concept of the character, and the effect, they're all cool. And technically also has a retrain in Vice Madame. Okay, Adele, one of my favorite curves, and a lot of people also cut her. I would personally never cut Adele, I love this card. And then Shmeta, this is like the best Witchcrafter card, which is crazy because she doesn't even do that much. It's just that compared to the other WoW level ones, she is the one that does the most to get you into playing the game. I also use her in other spellcaster decks. That's crazy. I like Hain a lot. Hain is very good taste. God, the designs on these cards is so good. Jenny also has the retrain. She has been made into an Endymion card. And in fact, war-wise, she used to work for Endymion before she kinda, I guess, parted ways with him. Jenny is so OP. Jenny is part of why Schmidt is one of the best cards. She's an Endymion twice, really? Oh yeah, there's another version of her. I think it's like Servant of Endymion. Yeah, this one. This is Jenny. Yeah, the maid is the new one, not on Master Duel yet. This card was amazing support. And then I guess I can flex my Royal Vice Madame and that's it. So basically, to conclude, Pitor deserves a retrain and Schmidt deserves a retrain. Very nice, but I always cringe summoning that card. Why? She's the GOAT. I don't see why you would cringe about this. Look at that smug. Like, this is one of my favorite designs in the entirety of Yu-Gi-Oh! The covers are really good. I remember playing 2 copies of Madame, like this one. That's crazy. Yeah, I think the cover palette is great. This is a very nice shade of blue, and then there's the pink, the whites. It looks just very nice. I like the Chibi out art. The Chibi out arts have all been very, very good. In case she got banished. When was this? Was it like around, I don't know, when bestials are popular or when Kashtira Ogre is a thing? I start randomly banishing your... Not that I start, the level 4. I start randomly banishing your Madame. I like the Chibi out art over this one, understandable. The one that I really, really want in Chibi is about Q. The Chibi on this one is very cute. Playing the continuous trap. I think if you're talking about Witchcrafter, I also haven't played the continuous trap much. Yeah, I never played either of these much. The one continuous that I played a lot is Bystreet. Bystreet was always part of my end board. To shuffle to play around Cowboy. I see, I see. Okay, new Iwas. Level 8 Wind Fiend. 2000 attack, 2800 defense. You can only use first and second effect of this card name once per turn. You can banish this card from hand or field. Add 1 eraser from deck to hand. Then if the effect was activated on the field, immediately after resolves, you can normal one spellcaster. That is amazing for consistency. I'm sure that invoked enjoyers are creaming their pants reading this card. Also, XD normal waster. If a face-up fusion monster you control is sent to the graveyard, except by battle, while this card is in your graveyard, you can special this card, then you can fusion one invoked. Wait. Fusion monster you control is sent to the graveyard except by battle, while this is in graveyard. Special this, then fusion one invoked. That's very strong. So you use your fusion guy as material for literally anything. And you get to summon this for free and then fusion again. And use this as material. This is so strong. Chat, I might be interested in playing Invoked in the future. I'm very interested in playing Invoked in the future, hitting these cards. And you know why? What is one of the most popular Invoked decks ever? Fuck, I don't even know how to type a Weister. Invoked. Shadow. Freaking Dogmatica. Shadow and Dogmatic are two decks I love. So, reading how strong these cards are here, it's making me want a lot to play this. Why don't you play if I'm in this? I think yes, I think definitely. And you can also triple down on this, and like Amy's saying, you can play aids. So this is IDS, Invoked Shadow, Invoked Dogmatic Shadow. If you do 8, you're adding an A, and that means Alba's Invoked Dogmatic Shadow. You can play Fallen Virtus. I mean, you can play that on way too many decks. But yes, it will definitely be very strong in this one. At which point, I guess you might not be using these Albas. You're using the Albas of white. Alright, let's keep reading this. Viricum, the Artificial Spirit. Okay, so from what I understand, this is like the evil, hot anime waifu corrupting a Weister. You can use the first, second, and third effect of this card once per turn. Okay, before spoiling myself, I'm imagining that this card is going to be one of those cards that Konami loves doing as of lately, which is one card being starter, extender, and breaker, or like something else. It's going to be starter, extender, and something else. If you have an Eraser on field or graveyard, you can special this card from hand. Sounds like extension. If this card is special summoned, you can set one invocation or one spell that mentions it. Sounds like a starter slash extender. And when your opponent activates a card or effect in response to the activation of your fusion monster effect, quick effect, you can banish this from field. If you do, negate that opponent effect, and if you do that, banish that card. Alright, sounds like a strong end board piece or installation for your plays, while also being starter slash extender. Not exactly starter. You need a Waster in the graveyard for it to be an actual starter. MD kind of lagging behind TCG meta. We're getting very close. Like, there is very little that has been released on paper formats that hasn't been released in Master Duel. With a new support, you play 2 copies of White Albas and 1 OG Albas. I see. I know that that is a standard package for Dracotail. I did not know if other decks using Fallen Virtues were also on that package. But I guess it makes sense. KT is OCG meta at the moment. Yeah, it's like the best deck ever in there. But they have Fidralvis. Fidralvis is way too powerful of a card. Like, this is an abomination. So it's a 1 pop plus sending 1 synchro from extra to graveyard, which means you get a bounce or some other fun effect. And you get a free body. And you can use this during your turn. It's not just opponent turn. Actually, right now, the 3 best archetypes in OCG are all using Fidralvis. You can use the super polymerization target that uses 2 tuners. True. Well, here's the thing about that play. Wait. Fuck, I was on the wrong window. I was reading Fidralvis while looking at Fidralvis. And I was reading this card while looking at this card. I'm not sure if I was showing you that. Also, Shadow has unrevisited cards, and I said it earlier on the stream, and I have been saying it for months. Shadow is the most hyped that, like, unrevisited archetype. Out of any unrevisited archetype in Master Duel, Shadow is what I am most hyped for. And seeing that the Invoked cards are this powerful, it gives me hope that Shadow can... While even with the support it has been kinda mid, it gives me hope that maybe it still has the chance to shine. Okay, Punk and Super Poly. Very basically, if their hand is not bad and they're going first, they can Rotary, reveal Super Poly, and then they just play around it by doing Remix Pass. That's simple. Super Poly is strong against them, but just because you have it doesn't mean you're going to win. Invoked Thorat, level 6 white Pyro, 1 Elixir plus 1 fire or wind. But when more Charmer support, they just said support. I'm sorry that it wasn't great, but they just said support. Now you have to wait like 10 years or something. During the main quick effect, you can target 1 level 6 or lower monster in either graveyard, especially to your field in defense, but effects are negated. Target 1 level 6 or lower monster in graveyard, especially to your field's effects are negated. Sure. This kind of reminds me of I don't know, freaking Northern. Let me read this card. Yeah, wow, target 1 card in the graveyard, summon effects are negated. Why the fuck is this still banned? When we're releasing a card that is literally better Northern, far better Northern. If this card is in your graveyard, you can fusion 1 invoked monster from your extra by banishing its material from field or graveyard, including this. This effect is actually very powerful because of the other cards in the future. We'll get there. Invoked Babylon. Level 7 Fire Illusion. This is, as far as I can tell, not a common combination of attribute and type. It needs a Elixir plus 1 white or earth. You can only use the first and second effect of this card name once per turn. If this card is special summoned, you can add 1 Viracum, the artificial spirit, or 1 magic name Rosamundi. What the fuck is the magic name Rosamundi? From deck to hand, then you can banish 1 monster from either graveyard. A Elixir plus 1 white or monster. Okay, so we fuse into this, we search this one, we have our extension, we make our War Crime combo. Probably our 1 card War Crime combo. You can banish this from graveyard and target 1 fusion monster you control. All face-up monster opponent controls with attack equal to that monster until the end of this turn. Okay, I like this card. It sounds like A card that keeps you pushing while also giving you a good opportunity to OTK going second. Invoked Oceanus. Okay, this one I've already read it, but so you're not getting my natural reaction on stream. I already know what this card does, but I'll read it regardless. So Allister plus 1 dark or water. This is a card that the armaments can make. Because, yep, the tier names are dark. It can use, for example, Havnis and Allister from the graveyard. One second. Wait, really? Yes, really. Opponent monster cannot target monsters for attacks while this card is in the main zone, except this one. And any monster sent to your opponent graveyard is banished instead, while this card is in the extra monster zone. Yippee! More one-sided dimension fissures, exactly what we needed in the game. And you can banish this card from your graveyard and target one fusion monster you control. It can attack directly this turn. That effect is kinda whatever. It's the first two effects of this card that are good. And out of the first two, you can only use one at a time, because this card cannot be on both main zone and both extra. Unless you summon 2 copies, I guess. But I kinda doubt we're doing that. Maybe we were. Who knows? And while this floodgate is fucked up, I don't even think this is the problematic card. This is the problematic card. Invoked Transcendence Aeon. Level 10 Dark Fiend Fusion. It's a Fiend. Being a Fiend, it means that Fiendsmith sequence can make this. Very easy materials, 2 fusion monsters with different attributes. First effect, if this card is fusion summoned, you can banish cards from field and or graveyard up to the number of materials used, so it's a board breaker. Super powered target that screws Draco. This screws with so much, I think. Okay, I'll comment on it when I read the second effect. You can banish cards from the field and or graveyard up to the number, blah blah blah. Then if you use 3 or more, you can look at opponent extra deck and banish up to 3 cards from it. Quick effect, declare 1 attribute. All other face-up monster currently on the field become that attribute until end of turn. Okay, banish 3 from opponent extra deck. This is very easy to make both on your turn and on the opponent turn. There are not a lot of decks that can play with 6 cards out of their extra. Like, let's look at this as an example. They rip 6 cards, so bye bye Kid Cows, bye bye Albion, bye bye Rebellion, bye bye Grung, bye bye Kavaidu, and bye bye Rainbroom. What the fuck is this player going to do? They can normal Albas try to make a Mirror Jade and that's it. Like, if you add the Kashtira Unicorn, that's 1 or 2 more extra deck rips. Or, for example, this deck. Yeah, Mirror Jade can send, that's a very good point. So, we cut Kit. We cut Part, Requiem, Sequence, Throne, and fuck it, cut Exiton. What the fuck is this player going to do? They can get lucky and make Kavaido, I guess, and that's it. They can make SP. They can't make anything else. You're never breaking a board with just that. I know, there's very few decks that can play through 6 extra deck ships. And it feels way too easy to make. Invocation Sword. You can only use first and second effect of this card name once per turn. Fusion summon one monster from extra using monsters you control. It's a quick play. If summoning an invoked monster, you can also use banished monsters by returning them to the graveyard. Okay, standard invocation stuff. And during your main phase, if this card is in your graveyard, target one Awaster monster or invocation in graveyard. Shuffle this into the deck. If you do, add that card to your hand. I mean, it's just a good card. It's not very spicy, but it's very good. Not much to comment on it. It's definitely a buff to the deck. Spirit Sword Iwas. They're getting so many new cards. Holy shit. So this is normal spell. You can only activate one card with his name once per turn. Meaning that if you use, for example, Baron to negate, it negates the activation. You can activate again if you're able to search it. It has a very weird name. I'm not sure how you're searching this card with this name. Oh, Arthur, welcome in. How are you? Thank you so much for the raid. How was your Inazuma 11 stream? Isn't that like anime football game? Shout out Arthur, you. And shout out to my goat, Arthur, you. Fellow junk enthusiast when it comes to Master Duel. Arthur is enthusiast of a lot of things that I also am. Like Centurion, Tiarmaments, Valmanica, things like that. And we love Arthur. It's always more comfy when Arthur is around. Go follow him, please. Okay, special one. I was the Spirit of the Law. I'm going to imagine that is the other I was card that they revealed earlier. Too kind, Miku. I mean, I could say the same for you, being around so often and being very active in chat. But enough glazing, I guess. The other effect you can activate is send to the graveyard or banish one Awaster from deck, or look at 3 random face-down cards in opponent extra deck and banish one. Are you joking me? I literally just commented on how banishing 3 cards from the extra deck is too strong. Because you can just banish 6, summon this on your turn and then again on opponent turn. And you're telling me they can banish even more? I guess the whole new gimmick of Invoked is getting rid of opponent extra deck. Wait. Things are clicking in. I wonder what my 2026 Switch recap will be. I guess we have to wait the entire year to know. So I was commenting earlier. I'm going to put these guys over here again because why not? Invoke Shadow Dogmatica, right? What does Dogmatica do? Dogmatica also rips monsters from the extra deck. So it's very interesting that they are giving this to... They're making this now a gimmick for Invoke 2. That's 7 rips? Okay, hear me out. Where are extra deck cards? Okay, so Castira Unicorn rips on turn 1 and turn 2. The Invoked Fusion rips 3 on each turn. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The spell rips another. Maximus rips another 2. Opponent is down to 4 cards in the extra. Albazoar rips as well. Albazoar is the GOAT, but Albazoar has one problem. Which is that it doesn't banish, it sends to the graveyard. So very often the opponent ends up going plus by you activating Albazoar, which is very painful to see when Albazoar is hard to summon. But maybe when we're stacking so many rips, maybe it's time for Albazoar to come back. Because Obzor it's like 6 or 7. I don't remember exactly if it's 6 or 7. And then on top of all of these rips that I already counted, you literally nuked their entire extra deck. GG. Time to play stun because I guess playing anything that needs one monster on the extra deck cannot function. 6-7. 6-7. Yeah, it's kind of funny to me that Fish was like here working all the time, and the moment I say 6-7, he wakes up. I should study, but outside of that, I'm doing fine. Please study, please think of the future you. The future you is going to be very frustrated if you don't go to study. Okay, hear me out, hear me out. I'm going to stop yapping and watch your replay immediately, and then you go study. It's not that I don't want you here, it's just that I want the best for you. Actually, I'm probably, like, after I'm done yapping, I'll probably go play until I get one more victory, and then I'm done with the stream. Something like that. Six, 7 activates me like a sleep. You know what? It activates a lot of children right now, I guess. Not just children, just people that spend too much time on the internet. But there's a lot of videos that are like, someone is counting to a crowd of children, like, I don't know, maybe a teacher doing an essay or something like that. And then they're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the crowd of children
キラキラドキドキもちもちぽよぽよワク
the
ワクワ
moment
ッ
you
シ
say 6,
ョイ
7.
のワンダーステージへ
No, on the stage. Duavis Cup is going to be more annoying. Okay, so this meal prep thing in my meme casino, apparently it was nuking my VOD for copyrights on the music. I fixed that. I made it so that the music from it does not go to the VOD. It plays on stream but does not go to the VOD. Which is exactly what I'm already doing with my music. Okay, we're playing Orcus Feast now. Overtake. Overtake is a card that if you can negate, you should, because it's a crazy one card combo. Whoever on the mix that's unfortunately correct, if he has any level 2 tuner, he can extend. He also has 3 normal summons left in theory, so there's a billion ways he could extend if he has a good hand. Okay, that's a level 2 tuner, make maker.
in the fire why water in the fire why your turn this
Tip the
time
Galatia.
no
That's your only copy of the Wing 2. Maker adds Rotary. Rotary reveal Riku. Normal Riku. Riku is going to search. Searching Quip. Interesting. Make a second copy of Trackmaker. Rotary activates from the graveyard. Add JJ. JJ is the third normal summon. JJ tributes Trackmaker for another copy of Mix. We go normal Q. Did we search that Q or did we just have it in hand? And the Q summon a Trackmaker from the graveyard. Make Zavan. Then we make Remix. This is a very decent board. Very decent, I mean, it's one of the better boards you can even make. So, full on draw step. They go immediately Remix. I don't think they had to do that, but sure. I guess they don't want to give you too many cards. At Q. Okay, I think they fucked up here. Make back to back. I mean, they didn't specifically fuck up. Maybe it's correct. But, okay, I see the point in adding Q, I guess. Yeah, I'm yapping. Q is correct. Called by on the quip is going to prevent the other quip from even chaining on the main phase. We go Engraver, they go back to back, summoning back to the Zavan. Engraver attracts, thankfully they do not have draw. Even though Orcus can play through draw, you literally do not have a Orcus starter in hand. Back to back summoning Mix, and then they're going to synchro. Mix from the graveyard is going to pop your monster. Synchro into Wildness War. You used back to back twice already, right? Fusion summon using the tract effect and the vacuum in hand. They forgot that quip has been negated. No, they didn't. All they wanted was to get Zavan effect. It has to be chain 3. Negate the tract. Normal guy. Go into Nightmare Phoenix. Okay, this is our last push. If they have any way to negate or pop this Phoenix, you are done. Into Mermaid. Wildness War is going to pop the Mermaid. It is too late, I believe. Because they still got the body, they had to do that on the Phoenix. Into Wink 1 Galaxy. We have our Orcus Divine, but we still have to break a ward. Can we do that? Other card in hand is Q. True. Wake 3 into Long Gear, so that is removal. What are we removing? The Wildness War. In fact, we couldn't target any of the other ones. I'm meaning drop weapon differently? How has it been working out? Oh, right, even though our Gauti was ripped, we put it back earlier. Get Babel, the most important card in the entire Orcus strategy. It's been going really well, made a lot of decks good. Nice. I guess if I play a non-tier deck or KT, I might consider using it. The thing is that on PT you want most of your non-engine to be sooner hand traps. Maxi, but the person playing it has to unleash cockroaches in his bedroom. The card is so strong that people would still play it. Followed by on Dingirsu, that's wild. Wait, what was Dingirsu even doing? You were summoning it, but that's it. I guess Dingirsu would protect your monsters from mixed. Wait. Did they fuck up the chain? Oh no. This is the stolen Zavan. Very nice that you're not, as far as I'm aware, a KT player, and you still managed to pick the height effect, because, yeah, whoever translated this shit needs to be executed. Normal Q, there goes the best starter in the deck. Summon Synchro 4 from the graveyard. Is that Synchro good in RDA? The Zavan? I think it is. And you know which card I've been thinking about playing with it? Strudu. The Strudu, in theory, is like the easiest Zavan ever. Any Synchro monster that is level 6 or lower was destroyed gets you to Zaven. Make Wildness. Synchro in the graveyard is going to bounce one of your monsters. We steal the Wildness, I suppose. Wildness banishing... What did it banish? Banish Rotary, so they're going to use it to search. Search KTS. KTS is like one of the strongest cards in the deck. Royal KTS. Search mix. We do not synchro, we set it. Okay, I think your opponent is giga cooked. On draw step they go KTS. Chain Galatea, Chain Wildness. Wildness has banished Riku, targeting Babel. So Riku gets to pop your field spell. And you just add it back. You literally just add it from the graveyard, that's funny. And they scoop. GG. Oh, fuck. Okay, other replay is Arthur. First game with new deck. Let's see. Okay, I'm guessing the new deck is through Draco. Traptrix? Is this the deck you want me to watch? You're playing Traptrix? That's so base. Okay, Trap Tantalizing in Traptrix is normally not a thing you see. Normally you only see this card being played in your favorite deck, Pavio. Because if this card gets negated, you cry. You cry very hard. You close the game, you uninstall, you go to bed and cry yourself to sleep. Getting this negated is very much like getting Imseti negated. Except the payoff for it resolving isn't as good. I played because I got two of them. I would argue that there's just so many cards that are better, and just because it's Ultra and you got it, you don't have to play it. That being said, the art is very good. Very, very good art. You know when there was the poll for making new cards within Master Duel, and all the Japanese voted for Traptrix Era? I was super disappointed that they didn't make this card instead. Because this card is in the same situation as Provegia. Where the Armaments Provegia... Let me just show it here. This card is straight up my favorite art in the entire game. But it's bad. The card is super bad. So you never see it. They made it as card sleeve. And that's like the best ending you could get. So even though people have no reason to play it, they can still use it as card sleeve and show the art. I wish this was the case with Trap Tantalizing Tune. Even though it does see use in... what's the name? It does see use in Pavio. Anytime, my friend, I play Traptrix, so if you need help, I send some guides. Biased. Also, I'm studying the EP modes. That is indeed where it comes from. It's from the Armaments Provegia. This hand going second is very scary. Into Mayakashi. Actual Mayakashi. Imperm on Hajun. Hajun were searching their tuner, which is like super important, and then they just send it to the graveyard anyway. Oh, Karian, the Hot in Phoenix, what is that? I think I've seen this card recently, but I don't know what it does. It's a level 4 tuner zombie. If you control a zombie monster, you can special this card from hand. During main, you can return this card from field to the hand. Then you can special one zombie from hand. I can see it being good in specific decks. Miku, but Padre Guilherme, what do you even fucking mean? Miku Daio. I did TCG in Mayakashi too. Got it. Okay, so you play Mayakashi. You're familiar with your opponent's strategy. I see why you threw the Imperm with so much confidence at Hajun. Music from Padre Guilherme. I am actually not familiar with that. And I'm too scared to try it on stream. Okay, they are just big rock climbing. If you had his old Maxi, you would now be basically feeling as if you are on an electric chair or something, just waiting for with that. It's rave music. Oh, okay, I think I might know which artist it is. I'm not completely sure, but I might know some of their music. Okay, they made Yukiona. Then Daki still comes, set one and pass. We drew another trap. Trickle, send the trap, special itself, make Sarah. And then we have combo because we have Arachno Kampa. Kampa special itself. We are now locked into plant or insect only from the extra. Search Havuti. Havuti sends. Summon Merrli. Merrli is going to pop the back hole. Yukiona is going to special something. Special one of your zombie synchro, okay. Graceful Mayakashi. We are going to negate the Arachno Kappa, okay, that's very, very questionable. And then pop the Sarah. I played 2 times Footgate Trap Home. I played that during Kashtira format. Add Pudika. Normal Pudika, get the field spell. We now have another normal summon. Synchro into Avomerus. Avomerus detach to add one from graveyard. You don't always get to see this effect from Avomerus. Well, not this one, I mean the second effect. The one where she summons a destroyed opponent monster. Negate on Avomerus after Avomerus uses the effect is also questionable. Make Sarah. Attack into the Daki and that's it. We cannot destroy anything else. We could patch the Sarah. Not sure why. Wait. The Sarah is ours. What am I talking about? Wing Food is such scum. Yeah, it's just being on a supermarket and seeing all the prices and how much the increase is very depressing. But we kinda need food, so what is the alternative? You just eat, you just grow everything you eat. There's some Arachno Kampa, our backhoe is protected. They attempt to pop one backhoe, but it's protected. I see that you're very familiar with the Mayakashi cards. In order to do plays like this, set Gravedigger. Gravedigger is going to completely wreck their Daki. Punch twice into the Pinguiqua. Gets protected once by Field Spell. Yuki Muzume. Punish the Havuti in order to summon Pinguiqua. My first time reading Traptrix cards? That's crazy. I assume that you are more familiar with them. Like, wasn't Traptrix super popular in TCG because of the structure deck? Traptrix Swing 3 is very poggers. And just as we're talking about, that is Link 3 into Traptrix Atipus, the second Traptrix card to get a summon animation on Master Duel. Atipus is going to negate 3 cards, or 2 cards, as well as pop 1. Then punch. Uchigo comes back and mills 3 apparently. Punch again, set 1. I love auto mod. Is it a Seri mod? Did Seri mod snipe something like super quick? So quick that it didn't even show in my Chatterino. Holy shit, okay. I think this is the first time in my entire life that I'm seeing the Mayakashi trap being used by Mayakashi. But it doesn't matter, because the field spell could summon from graveyard, and this does not prevent you from summoning from graveyard. Okay, if you are a Mikura Cutie fan, you have seen this card a lot being used from Hallback. And you know that it does not prevent summons from graveyard. That's a big component of my strategy. Because my deck gets this card in the graveyard along with Hallback and sets up like 1 billion summons from the graveyard for the opponent turn, as well for turn 3 as follow-up. Okay, Traptrix Garden is going to summon Atipus back. Negate 1, pop 1. Grave Digger to prevent the graveyard effect, as well as burn for 2000. I wonder if there's ever a world where on main 2 you go Sarah. Apparently there isn't. Do you have Sarah in graveyard? You have 1 copy. The thing is that this card is just doing nothing on his turn. So going Sarah there might have been correct. What the fuck am I listening to? I'm literally listening to noise. Give me 1 moment. I'm sorry for your ears. Korshit is just a very creative artist, you never know what to expect. Let's listen to a random album from him again and make that happen again. Oh my god, that is from Lucky Star. That is a sample from Lucky Star. Okay, Floodgate on Yukiona. Yasha Dokuro comes back. God, this deck is so sticky. It just keeps coming back. I remember that the Lucky Star a bit differently. Yeah, this is not quite the opening, but it is how the opening starts. Mantis is a very good normal summon. Especially when we already have the field. Pop the Atipus. We straight up do not care about Atipus that much at the moment. Yep, Dionia, another incredible normal summon. Dionia summon Pudika in defense. Tribute Pudika to summon back Atipus. Very, very good. Then we link to Kuvari. Kuvari is my favorite. The goat. He's the cutest. Look at the bunny blobs. Look at the feet. I mean, what? On end step, we bring back Arachnokampa to protect the back row. Well, I was doing stuff outside. I saw someone with the Katana Gatari playmat. Base. I like Katana Gatari a lot. It is very good show, very unique art style, very fun concept, and like the episodes are fun and with good action sequences. I approve Katana Gatari. Very fun characters too. Atipus is a diabolical name. It just comes from a type of spider, like a family of spiders, which is like a TP die, something like that. Like the scientific name of a family of spiders. Too bad he was playing Magic. Did you tell him about the playmat? Did you like give him your approval? And punch for game. GG. I hope you enjoyed Traptrix because it's one of my favorite archetypes, and unfortunately, the power creep that we have been getting, like, for example, Snake Eye original release was a very big crank up on the power creep on the game. And then Mavis was another one. And I would argue that even Dracotail was another one. Because Dracotail is an FTK going first, and it has a very powerful going second. Well, for example, Mavis going second, while it has OTK potential and has high density of hand traps, the deck is surprisingly bad at breaking boards. Now with the power creep crank up from Dracotail, decks are becoming even better going second. And decks like Traptrix, it becomes very depressing to play a deck like that. That it just isn't as efficient or as good playing through interaction as any of the more modern decks. I've been with Traptrix's deck since 2023, but really don't care much about Trov. Alright. You should try Rika Traptrix. Rika Traptrix does look fun. Probably won't be my favorite variant other than pure Traptrix. I used to have a Mitsurugi Traptrix list. I actually deleted that literally just yesterday because with prayers at 1, I'm a lot less motivated to play it. But yeah, Mitsu Traptrix is kind of just a cope way to play it because it's like bad engine with a good engine, yippee. I love using Time Thief in Traptrix. Yeah, Ridur is basically a Traptrix card. Man, I used to play Ridur so much. Like, the effect that this card has if you detach a trap is straight up one of the strongest removals in the entire game. Non-targeting shuffle. And he also, like, okay, I was going to say that he banishes himself to protect himself from targeted effects, but that's not true because that happens for effect. I spent 3k and only got 3 Ultra Hearts. Pain. My condolences. My experience with the new selection pack has been... Let me open the pack to comment on it. Should I keep the second time Thief Redoer since Master Duel? Give me one. I'm very conservative with these mantles. So personally, I would say yes. Objectively, probably no. When the tier is in, sent to the graveyard, yes. When people stopped playing Redoer, I was like one of the tier players that kept playing Redoer for the longest time. And sometimes I still miss him, but the thing is that... Okay, sure, you cannot fully Shiren to go into tier plays. But you can just make one anyway to extend, so who gives a shit? And extra deck slots are too valuable. For Pure Time Thief, you need a second one. I wonder if Pure Time Thief is ever getting support. I want to spend Thermomont packs and see how it goes. Worst case, I will go for Zavan when I need him and not buy any deck. Okay, so out of the first 6,000 gems I spent on this pack, I only got 3 Ultra Cards I wanted. And the last 2 10 pulls, I only got 1 Ultra Card. So, if you know, the average of Ultra Cards is 2 per 10 pull. Out of 2,000 gems or 20 pulls, that should have gotten me in average for Ultra Cards, I only got 1. So that was depressing. But then I did 1 more pull off stream, and I got Royal Q. So, yeah, I literally cannot complain about anything. I'm so happy about that. I managed to get Royal, the card I wanted most to get Royal in the archetype. That's so fucking crazy. Oh, so this is from Ghost in the Shell. This music is somewhat from Ghost in the Shell. Godshit is heavy goated artist. And I'm so glad that I'm recognizing the references, because I never listened to this album before. I'll probably craft the back hole synchro and the 3 continues. Yeah, I think I'll keep moving on this pack. Because, yeah, basically just because I want to play Black Holes too. Ghost in the Shell is big. It's one of my favorite franchises. And Girlfriend had a collaboration with it. So my favorite gacha game has a collaboration with one of my favorite anime franchises. That makes me so happy. How many Ultra Hard does KT need? I think it's 12. So you need 3 Riku, 3 Q, 3 KTS. That makes 9. And then you need 2 Red Seal and 1 Zaven. You need exactly 12 Ultra Rare. You kind of need Amritara. He is cuttable and he almost never comes up. But when he does come up, if you don't have him, I guess you become very sad. And now you wonder. But there's nothing here to search, so why the fuck are you on Amritara? The reason you play him is that the materials for back-to-back are kinda awkward. You need exactly 1 tuner, and every other material that you use to make this has to be a synchro. So Amritara gives you more lines to go into back-to-back. You need the counter trap? No, you literally do not care about that. You don't want the brick. You just want a stepping stone to go into back-to-back. That being said, sure, you can play the brick. I don't recommend it. But you can play it. I guess it's a very strong going first card, regardless, even if you don't go into Amritara. What was I even yapping about? Okay, I was yapping about new cards. I sidetracked a lot. I had this one. I didn't read this one. What the fuck? There's so many. Okay, there's 2 new cards. This is the last one I haven't had. Normal trap card. Rosamundi. You can use first and second effect. Punish 1 Leicester or 1 fusion from graveyard. Special 1 invoked from extra. Ignoring summoning conditions. That's insane. That's crazy. And if a monster becomes banished at face up while this is in your graveyard, you can banish this card. Don't target one of your banished invoked special summons. Very good card. And it's interesting because I wish I was a Leicester right now. Me too. God, I wish that were me. The art on this reminds me of Blackthorn Morgana from League of Legends. It's my favorite Morgana skin. Morgana is one of my favorite champions. Okay, so my understanding of the Magistus War universe is that basically Magistus is the prequel to Witchcrafter. Endymion. And a Leicester. And it basically goes like Zoroa and the other ones. It wasn't Ver, it was Heliona. Which are just the same, she just turned herself into this gremlin. But this is Heliona how she used to be in the past. Or this is Ver. And basically they were studying how to do invocations, which is basically summoning gods and shit, something like that. Penta was also a thing in the past, he was like Zoroa but buddy. And then during their research, Zoroa literally fucking dies. And then the death of Zoroa causes all of them to go into separate paths. Endymion basically becomes he makes his own city, and Endymion basically has a mindset where he wants to protect everyone from magic, so he doesn't allow anyone to use magic except himself. And he also has a waifu who is an invocation. His waifu is none other than Artemis. Bro is literally merrli to a goddess. Isn't Endymion created these archetypes? Endymion is like... Magistus is the one that came first. Magistus is a prequel to all of these archetypes. But this is where the story starts. And then... Beth is basically the opposite of Endymion. She creates the Witchcrafter Guild and teaches magic to everyone. And then Aleister is a special case because he basically just becomes drug addict with invocations. Bro just cannot stop summoning gods and doing whatever he's doing. He has gone mad. And we can look by the art of his cards that he is quite mad. He used to be a happy boy, but now he's just like a drug addict. He's a junkie. I mean, it's literally the name of this card, Aleister, the Invoker of Madness. Probably the spellbook makes invoked stuff. Wasn't there a new Artemis, like a link to Artemis? Or is it a link to Endymion? Yeah, it's a link to Endymion. Where we get to see Artemis. The Artemis is so fucking cute on this art. So with the new Aleister support, we need the FSP now. What is FSP? Yu-Gi-Oh! Streamer hides crazy secret. Head arrow pointing to head circle of Miku. What is he hiding? You will
Goldfish
never know.
PhD sent. Yu-Gi-Oh! Streamer hides crazy secret. Red arrow pointing to red circle of Migu. What is he hiding?
Head circle of Migu. Each time a spell is activated, place one spell counter. And if a card with spell counter is destroyed, place its spell counter on this card. Once per turn, if you want to activate, blah blah blah, you can remove counters from this spell instead. I see. I wanted to yap something more. Okay, so the Magistus War also has a manga. So I really hope that eventually it becomes anime too. The same way that Sky Striker has manga and it became anime. And Branda does not have manga, but it's one of the best war universes coming out of Yu-Gi-Oh! And it got an anime. The film spell for Aleister is the Branded Lust. Oh, true. I really hope that Magistus gets anime. The other one that I really hope that won't get anime is World Legacy. So like, there's like, I don't know, 10 archetypes within World Legacy. One of them being Orcust. This is a very good story. If it got anime, I would be very happy. Aleister is getting anime based. What my actually give me Reagir in Synchro. Yeah, actually is one of my favorite archetypes. Unfortunately, it's trash. It was never even Rogue. And the best chance it had at getting support was branded anime, but they stopped the anime right before Ice Shit showed up. So thanks Konami, I guess. Ice Shit is part of Branded War, yes. I should finish the Charmer one. I haven't finished it either, if I'm going to be honest. Okay, so back to spoiling the Magistus War. I guess Allister is mad, but now he has some weird creature eldritch
Goldfish
abomination
PhD
waifu.
sent. Okay. Shuffles you like a Rubik's Cube. Time me. I think I can do it in sub 145.
Please do not. Please don't turn me into a cube fetish thing. Anyway, I wonder if this monster, what's her name again? Virakam? I wonder if she looked at a Leister and she was like, I can fix him. Maybe that's what happened. When a Leister gets into the tube. Time for a Leister. There's going to be a lot of Leister Wargrams. Like, no shot. I say it with 100% confidence. This card is going to be a problem. I don't even care about the one-sided Dimension Fissure. This card is going to be a problem. Alright, there is one more Arthur replay. I'm getting very tired, very hungry. I will watch the replay and then find someone to raid. Also, can this music be a little less aggressive, please? It's super fast. Cool, cool. Okay, god shit, you are a fantastic artist, but when it comes to listening to random music from you, there is too much noise. So instead, let's listen to this, I suppose, which is also god shit, but I'm familiar with this album. Thanks for stream. Thank you so much for hanging around. Let me see. Do you have the code Arthur first? Poker Tour.
Goldfish PhD sent. You have an
replay.
authenticator code that refreshes every 30 seconds. It has 8 numbers and 1 letter in it. You have 7 seconds before it refreshes. Do you wait or do you input it really fast?
Wait. I need to meditate about that decision. This looks like a bot name, but it could be a real person.
T8.
You have an authenticator code that refreshes every 30 seconds. It has 8 numbers and 1 letter in it. You have 7 seconds before it refreshes. Do you wait or do you input it really fast? If I can just copy paste it, I might try to input it. Okay, we're playing through Draco. We go Awakening, Surge, Trucking Barastus, activate Diagram, popping the Barastus. Barastus triggers from the graveyard. Summon Sword Soul. Unexpected, but I know what's coming. There is a certain card that I know that you have been cooking with. That Sword Soul is also familiar to use. I'm not going to spoil it.
ML4GG Wang sent. How much do you bet? Crowley got cooked because of the Magitus FCK up. Then Spellbook used him to test the book's powers. And as Alistar he got mad for power like that or some shit.
Very, very likely. Yep, Protus. That is indeed what is most likely coming. Okay, normal Moi. If my girl and Moi were both drowning and I can only save one, you can catch me at my girl's funeral, revealing worms from my hand, synchroing into Shishao. Okay, so what is... we did not go into Protoss, that's crazy. So we end on Shishao, Dynamite, Dragite, and Return. Ohime reveal... Did he just reveal another copy of Ohime? Into battle? What?
Goldfish
Into
PhD
infants.
said,
What?
if my girl and Moyi are both drowning and I can only save one, you can catch me at my girl's funeral, revealing worms in my hand and summoning tokens to synchro into Chixiao and add Long Yuan to my hand.
Either I'm missing something like a floodgate of sorts, or this is literally just a bot. I'm a bot for real. Sometimes it's okay to be a bot. Like, I have worked as a supermarket cashier, and when there is too much activity, the best thing you can do is to just activate a bot mod where your brain just does what it has to do and doesn't think much of anything. I don't know how to explain it better. Like, you do your job and you don't have much thoughts, that's it. And G to the motherfucking G. Isn't a Weister war just derived from the war of a Weister Crowley? A Weister is Crowley, and Crowley used to be friends with Riviona, which is Ver, and Zoroa, and all that shit. So, yep, like I was explaining just now, Magistus is the prequel to many archetypes. Mego, bot I am. Are you a Yoda bot? Like you're speaking in reverse? Okay, let's look at Arthur's deck. 40 cards, very clean list. And then it's basically Sword Soul and what's the name? True Draco. Alright, I need to find someone to hide. I'm super hungry. I wonder what Shundra's war is. I don't think there's one, but the archetype has a lot of references to Mahjong, like the game. Can you check the deck I will send in Discord in a second? Sure. Reggie's still streaming? That's crazy. He was streaming earlier. Like, let's see. He's even playing Matmech, that is Giga-based. And now it's me who cannot find my stream. Oh, you haven't sent the list yet. Wanna control the speed which lobsters fly? Huh? I want them to have a human, non-painful death. Anyway, thanks for the stream. Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging around. But yeah, I will now be raiding My Body is Reggie, our favorite Matmech player. I can suggest to send Sally. Oh my god, I do love Sally. Is she live? Is she live? My Twitch is acting weird. It's like not showing everyone I follow. Sally is live and drawing. We could hide Sally. I have a lot less opportunities to hide Sally than I have for Reggie. And Sally is an artist, but she does also play Master Duel. She plays very rogue but fun decks such as Tin Dungle. I've literally never seen anyone other than Sally play Tin Dungle. So let's go there and say hi. Regardless. Okay, I was going to say something, but I forgot what I was going to say. Slash Raid Sun Sally. I didn't get to play much on this stream, but I got a cool replay. I got a deck out on a deck that normally doesn't win by deck out. So, yep. Thank you so much for coming around. I hope you enjoyed. Bye bye.